Well, it's all about the Champions League group stages today as we take on Inter Milan. Well, hello there everybody, merhaba arkadaşlar. Welcome back to the channel, Tekrar hoş geldiniz. I'm Dodgy Gamer and this is episode 49 of Breaking the Big Three with Genclerbirligi in Turkey. But today our focus is very much on the Champions League. We play Inter Milan. We're hosting them here in Ankara. Crucial game this. I'm just going to show you the results in the Champions League. We'll focus solely on the Champions League for the first part of this episode. We've got a league match coming up afterwards. But you saw our great win over Bayern when we shut Zidane up. And since then, 2 draws. But 2 away games, so I'm very pleased to have got 2 draws here. So Sporting, we travelled there, we got a 1-1 draw. This was a crazy match. You'll see right there, 2 missed penalties. And in both cases, it was the same player, Gökhan Gül, who gave the penalty away. The first one on 2 minutes, the second one on 24 minutes, which he picked up a yellow for. I was afraid he was going to get sent off. As you can see, he ended up with a 6.2 rating, but due to injuries, I just didn't have the opportunity to sub him off. He definitely deserved it. But the goalkeeper, Uwe Koran, saved both of them. So he was our hero. That puts him up there with the Hoff who retired at the end of last season, who saved that penalty that saved my job against Trabzonspor right back in the early days of this series. Please do check those episodes out if you haven't done so already. But Uwe Koran put himself up there. Anyway, after that second penalty miss, we did take the lead. I set the boys up on a counter-attacking approach, and Gustafsson did exactly what we wanted him to do in that poacher role. He just got on the end of a quick ball and scored. We did have a decent amount of chances, and Sporting Lisbon did come back into it in the second half. They equalised shortly after we took the lead. It was mainly Sporting in the second half. We were doing a lot of deep defending late on, but we secured the 1-1 draw, so got to be happy with that. And then Inter Milan away was our most recent game. This was a 0-0, but with this one, you've got to look, well, there's 2 things to look at here, but the first thing you've got to look at is the match stats. We should have won this game, actually. Look at that. We had many more chances than they did. We restricted them to just 1 shot on target. We had 7 shots on target ourselves. Every highlight was just against their attack, and I thought we were going to sneak a famous victory, but it wasn't to be. Then we had a very nervy finish as our young German left-back, Ernstberger, got himself sent off in stoppage time. Bit of an unnecessary one, this. The player was kind of running through, cutting inside from the wing. He tripped him just outside the edge of the area. I was worried it was going to be a penalty. It was just outside the edge of the area. Picked up a second yellow, but there was no need. There were defenders covering. The guy was not going to score. No one else had made a run into the box. So, yeah, bit of inexperience there. He's only 19, so I guess that's why that happened. So here's how things stand following those matches. We are top at the halfway stage, but only just. You see, the group is very tight. We've got both Bayern and Inter on 4 points. Sporting haven't won yet, but they have picked up 2 points, so 1 win is going to put them right in contention. So obviously today, as a home match, we've got to aim to get the victory over Inter. And then the other match, I guess, either a draw or a Sporting win. Those would be the best outcomes for us. Now, despite form, Inter are still favourites here. I guess that's going on reputation as much as anything else. Anyway, this is the team we've picked for today. So we're going with that same formation that worked against Bayern in the last episode. Özgür's in goal, Savic and Gökhan making the central defence partnering. I did give Gökhan a warning after that Sporting game and dropped him for the next league match, but he's been fine since then. We've got Banyak and Alpaslan in the fullback positions. Ensberger, of course, is suspended. Omer, Korkmaz, Salih and Samed forming our little triangle in the middle of the park. Evren and Gure on the wings. Gustafsson up front. Besse is currently out injured. Let's just find him down here. And yeah, it's a twisted ankle. He's got 2 more weeks out. Gustafsson himself has only just returned from injuries. See there, his condition is not the best, but I'm going to start him. I've got Tarek Ceylan, not the best player, but He's our backup, but he's knackered after the last league match. And I've got Danny Welbeck. So, yeah, we don't have a great amount of depth up front. We're certainly struggling for fitness. All these guys have picked up knocks recently. We'll just see what we can do. Okay, so here's how they line up. Again, Inter, much like Bayern, going with this 4-2-3-1. It didn't work for Bayern. Hope it's not going to work for Inter either. Okay, so we are going to tell the team to pick up from where they left off. Not a great reaction. Don't know what's going on there, but okay, we got faith. Better reaction for that. And then we get a tunnel interview. Your decision to drop Hussein Gunesh. Hussein Gunesh he's a rotation player. Anyway, the managers shake hands, and we kick off. Well, into kick off, but you know what I mean. It's the blue and black stripes against the red and black stripes. So we're playing the AC Milan role here, I guess. Okay, quiet start to the match. Although it does seem Inter are having a lot of chances. No highlight-worthy chances, but we haven't created anything. That is not good. But here we go. It's... Ooh, okay. We played that a bit short. The Inter are obviously pressing quite high, and we seem to be content playing triangles with the goal. Oh, come on. What is this? All that just to boot it up. Okay, but okay. We've got the ball. We've got the ball out to Evren. Evren, the right back was going to make an overlap, but Evren didn't need him. Gustafsson through to Samet, and there you go. There you go. First attack of the game, and we get a goal. I did not set us up to play on the counter. At least I don't think I did. But okay, with that's how we've won. Yeah, see, Banyak there, he was ready to make the run, but I suppose good awareness that he realised Evren didn't need him to make it. Beautiful through ball from Gustafsson to Samet. I would actually expect them to be doing that the other way round. But no complaints. We've got a goal. I'm going to have to watch Gustafsson's fitness here. I don't think he's going to last the full match because he's down around 80% already. But all right, we've had a couple of shots now, but here come Inter with one. Ooh, that was very nearly a goal, but okay, an offside. So I don't think, well, maybe the offside came up after the rebound there. Okay, we've got the throw in here. Salih gets it. Nice ball across to Alpaslan. Samed, he's picked out Samed. Gurey has come inside a bit, but he takes it wide, whips in the cross, falls to Salih to Evren, and we're 2-0 up. We're 2-0 up. Okay, Inter may have had more chances than us, but we've had better quality. It's quality over quantity here today, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful play here. I was wondering why Gurey was so far inside, but does not matter. Ball came to Salih. He picked out Evren nicely. No chance of saving that shot. I don't know what the defender's complaining about. Probably just so he doesn't look too stupid for having completely failed to pick Evren up there. And half-time is here. We're 2-0 up. Oh, they've got a player looking uninterested. Okay. So what do we tell the team here? I'm going to tell them to not get complacent. I mean, normally I try to avoid that when we're doing well against big teams. But I think we're reaching a point where, we should be winning this game at home. And I don't want them to go out into that second half thinking that this is already won. I haven't used any shouts today. I'll just remind them to concentrate. Yeah, this guy, Lenglet, is looking uninterested. So that is... Okay, now he's composed again. But that caught my eye because you'd expect a team like Inter to be looking frustrated like the striker is now. Okay, we've got no highlights so far in the second half. I am going to take off Gustafsson, but who do we bring on here? Welbeck or Tariq Ceylan? I'm going to go with Welbeck. Just go for his experience up front. And he's not the most natural, but we can always later in the game put him out wide and bring Tariq Ceylan on then. And I think I'm going to put Van der Gen on as well. I'm going to take off Korkmaz because he's on a 71 and then swap those two over. Salah Özcan, we're going to make you a ball-winning midfielder, even though it's not your best role. It'll do. It'll serve. Okay, they've had a player injured, so they've used all their subs already. We're into the final 10 minutes, so concentrate again. Okay, Inter seem to have just given up in the second half. All right, here we go. Here we've got a highlight. Van der Gen plays in Salih, knocks out wide to Evren. He uses the right back this time. It comes back to Evren, whips in the cross to Gurey, just over the bar. that could have been the icing on the cake there. We're going to make one final time-wasting sub. I think we'll bring on Holtman. Yeah, take Gore off. He's on a 73. Let Holtman have a bit of a run at the defence. No need for any shouts or tactical tweaks on this day. It's been quite a straightforward win. I was worried at the start of the match before we saw any highlights. It was just Inter's chances were going up constantly. The shots were coming in from then. We were producing nothing. But then, yeah, we just won it with those two great attacks there. I mean, only 4 shots on target in the end. They only had 5. I mean, they had 19 shots in total, but only 5 on target. So guess they were snatching at their chances a bit. That is exactly the result we wanted. So we're going to tell them that was really special. Good job all around. Let's see how the rest of that works out. So the other match in the group, Bayern beat Sporting Lisbon. I suppose that's okay. It means Genclerbirligi and Bayern pull away. So maybe by the time we get to that final match against Bayern, it's just going to be fighting for first place potentially. Huge result here for Spurs. They beat Feyenoord 7-3. You don't see those kind of scorelines in Europe very often. Let's pull up the groups then. Group H. So, yeah, that puts us and Bayern clear. So the next round of matches, we host Sporting at home. So if we win that, that's it, isn't it? We're definitely through. I think even if Inter beat Bayern, there's no way that they can both overtake us. So, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good for the next round. Fade to black, and we'll be right back for the Super League. And welcome back, Tekrar Geldinis. Before we continue, a small correction. I did say a few moments ago that our next match was Sporting in the Champions League. It turns out it's not. It's actually Bayern. Sporting is the final game in the Champions League here. What I'm thinking now is the next episode is going to be episode 50, a kind of mini landmark episode in the series. So I'm thinking, we've got a tough run here. Galatasaray, Bayern, Besiktas, Sporting. I mean, that could be 2 separate episodes in itself. I'm thinking the next episode, though, we're going to do, it's all about the Champions League. Champions League special. We're going to do Bayern, potentially Bayern and Sporting. If, however, we've sewn everything up with the Bayern game, let's say we win there somehow and we guarantee first in the group, then we'll do Bayern Besiktas. If after that Bayern game we've still got qualification to secure or we've still got first place to secure, we'll do Bayern Sporting. How about that? Okay, so let's have a look at our league form since the last game. So the last league match you saw was that disappointing home defeat to Trabzonspor. We then bounced back with a 4-1 win over Akhisarspor, away from home as well, so that was good. It was Mehmet Dikmen, Tarek Demir, Gustafsson, Savic with the goals, so a nice mix of players scoring there. We then, though, had another disappointing defeat, Konyaspor. Konyaspor, who we beat so easily in last season's cup final. We beat them so easily in the Super Cup at the start of this season. We didn't give up a shot on target in either of those matches. And then here, they managed to finally get the win and shake the monkey off their own backs by beating us 2-1. We did actually take the lead there early on with Gure, but they came back into it, equalised before half-time. Went 2-1 ahead on the hour, and try as we might, we just could not get back into the match. And then follow that with a 0-0 home draw with Fenerbahce. So we were on a bit of a poor run here. We only had 1 win in 4 games there. But in between our most recent Champions League ties, we refound our form. We got a 2-1 win away to Umranispor. They're right down at the bottom. I did actually bring in a lot of backup players here. The only kind of first choice players were the goalkeeper, Uwe Koran, and then Gökhan and Savic, Evren Şengül as well. So I kind of kept those guys in, but the rest were all rotated in. Well, we managed to win. Bese and Şengül getting the goals there. And then we played Adana Demirspor. They're also a struggling team. And it was Mustafa Salam, our hotshot youngster, Tariq Ceylan and Oscar who got the goals there. They had a man sent off, which didn't help their cause at all. And today we play Basaksehir. So if we just bring up the table, you see Basaksehir are down in 8th. So they're having an all right season. I mean, they have been performing better than this in previous years, but 8th is still pretty good for Basaksehir. I will be expecting a win even though we're away from home. We've got to win. You see, we're in a bit of an unusual position for us this year that we're behind Galatasaray. Oh, the big 3 have come back Finally, Galatasaray, Besiktas first and second, Fenerbahce fourth. Remember, there is only one Champions League place up for grabs for Turkey this year, so we need to win this title. So here's the lineup for today's match. We're sticking with the same formation that beat Inter. We just made a few changes. Utku stays in goal. Savic brought Özgür into the centre of defence. Jakob Durman and Ensberger take up the fullback roles. Ömer Korkmaz keeps his holding midfield role. Mosameng and Pimenta in the middle of the park. Mehmet and Oscar on the wings. Tarek Ceylan up front. So quite a few changes from the last game. But, you know, you've got to rotate in a season like this. I'm going to tell the team, show me what you can do. Oh, very nearly accidentally clicked on, you should be winning this without any trouble. All right, and there's a lot more to come from everybody. Another tunnel interview. Akhisarspor have sacked Samuel Eto'o. Okay, never nice to see a fellow manager get sacked. Yes, Samuel Eto'o, of course, finished his career at Antalyaspor. He did score against us, I think, early in this career. I do believe that was featured on one of my episodes. Go back and check those out if you haven't done so already. And then when he retired, stayed in Turkey. He did actually manage Antalyaspor, the club where he finished his career, and he's taken on a couple of other challenges since. He was manager of Besiktas at one point. Oh dear, Mosameng's injured. He was manager of Besiktas at one point, but didn't, like many Besiktas managers in this save, did not last long there. Obviously hasn't found his groove as a manager yet. Okay, so what happened to Mosameng there? Potential foot injury. Hopefully that's nothing broken. But okay, I mean, that's not really the best. Oh, Ömer Korkmaz injured now. What is going on? What are Basaksehir doing to us here? Gökhan Gül's the only option to play a defensive midfielder role. What happened to Ömer Korkmaz? Upper body injury. Well, the worst case scenarios in both of those are like broken ankle for Mosameng and dislocated shoulder or something like that for Korkmaz. Well, okay. That's the highlight of the half, it would seem. Apart from the injuries, we had an attack breakdown. But here we go. Here's Mehmet with a shot over the bar. Not a particularly thrilling game. Okay, after a second half of almost no action against Inter, we've had a first half of almost no action against Basaksehir. So we've got to tell the team that we're disappointed with that. See if we can fire them up for a better performance in the second half. The bad thing is with those injuries, we've already used up 2 subs. Basaksehir do have one of my players in their team, Servet Şentürk. Here he is on the ball now. One of our youth players. He's there on loan. Interesting, while he's been there on loan, he has actually been called up to the full Turkish squad. He's picked up a couple of caps, so that's a good sign for his development. We'll be looking to integrate him into our first team next season. Okay, I guess they thought Servet Şentürk was still playing for us there. That pass went to nobody and he picked the ball up, and a quick run down the wing. Oh, and they've hit the post. Deary me, deary me. Come on, boys, we've got to do better than that. We've got to demand more from them here. I mean, my defence are looking calm. I'm not sure why. All right. Got 2 players on a yellow. It's Ensberger again. Got a couple of players looking nervous as well. I'm going to take off Oscar, though. I can't risk having a man sent off. We'll put Holtman on. Get the experienced head of Holtman. Oh, I don't believe this. Oh, that's literally seconds after we put Holtman on us, and it's another striker injured. What do we do here then? I think we're just going to play strikerless. What happened to Ceylan there? Potential foot injury again. That's got to be, too much rough tackling from Basaksehir. Absolute disgrace here. Absolute disgrace. It looks like this is just going to fizzle out to a 0-0. I can't. Okay, here we go. Come on. Let's. Oh, that was a rubbish throw. And now we've given. Oh, Basaksehir a break. No, we haven't. Mehmet. Come on, Mehmet. Do something straight at the keeper. What a rubbish game. I do apologise. Not the most thrilling game to have on a live com, but I thought we were going to get something there. Basaksehir looking for a final break. Come on, boys. Nick that ball back off them. Kill this attack. Clear it. Okay, the shot goes harmlessly over, and that's the final action of the game. We survive despite Basaksehir's shocking hatchet job on us. 3 injuries in one game. I mean, by the sounds of it, the Etzberger got the player of the match. Tarek Ceylan and Mosameng, that sounds like injuries caused by the opposition. Korkmaz, upper body injury. We'll have to see what happens there. Yes, we'll sympathise with the team there. Didn't really have a great effect. All right, let's have a look at what those injuries have done to us then. At least we've got the international break coming up, so if they're only a couple of weeks, they could potentially be back for the Champions League games. Omer Korkmaz, damaged spine. Oh dear, and that was in a tackle. How on earth does that happen? Right, we're definitely sending him to a specialist for that. Mosameng, pulled ankle ligaments getting tackled. Okay, the other injury, Tarek Ceylan, didn't show up here, so he just left us with 10 men for no reason. So as I said earlier, we're going to come back at the international break coming up. Then, I mean, the Galatasaray one, these are all crucial games, actually. I was considering doing a triple header for the 50th episode, Bayern, Besiktas, Sporting. Galatasaray is a huge game as well. Should we do episode 50 part 1 and part 2? I don't know, it seems a bit much to be milking like 3 episodes out of 7 matches. But we'll see. I'll sit on that one and think about it. We'll be back for a Champions League game, definitely, in the next episode. I think we're definitely going to feature Bayern, whether it's Galatasaray Bayern, Bayern Besiktas, or Bayern Sporting. Well, you'll just have to tune in next time to find out. I'm Dodgy Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. See you again soon.